Hello everyone, my name's Scott Douglas. I'm the Public Information Officer for the Oklahoma City Fire Department. We're going to do a quick recap video over some large wildfires our city experienced on March 31st of this year.
Brush Pump Crew is on scene of approximately 5 to 10 acre grass fire. Brush Pump Crew will be setting up Hefner Command.
So going into the day, we were well aware this was going to be a high grass fire danger day. We have 16 frontline brush pumpers. Most of these rigs are just staffed with one individual. So we called back additional staffing, and we actually staffed at least 16 brush pumpers with 2 people on each rig. On days like it was on March 31st, we developed what we call a task force. And what that basically does is it just commits more resources, more people to the scene, so hopefully we can get control of these grass fires before they grow and become larger wildfires. On March 31st, 2023, the Oklahoma City Fire Department responded to a very large wildfire in the northeast part of Oklahoma City. This wildfire started just west of Kelly near the intersection of Kelly and Hefner. Our first arriving firefighters reported a large wildfire that had already jumped the mile line of Kelly. The fire quickly progressed, moving its way towards Eastern. Once we got the call, we were basically playing catch up at this point. The fire had a very large head start on us. We have a very large city. We cover 621 square miles. So there was a lot of housing mixed in with some rural properties in this area in the northeast part of Oklahoma City. And there was actually 152 properties that was in the swath of this fire. We just want to say a special thanks to Oklahoma City Fire Department IT team. They were quick, they brought out the command post, and we basically set up a unified command with police officers and firefighters, and it just helped everybody be on the same page, establish a plan to mitigate this fire as fast as possible. We did call for aerial operations. The Oklahoma City Fire Department acquired a Bambi bucket. This is something we've been training with the police officers a lot on. It takes a coordinated effort between the police officers and the firefighters to make this happen. Unfortunately, we were unable to use the Bambi bucket due to the low visibility. There was also some large media towers that was in the area. So with the low visibility, the pilot just did not feel comfortable flying with the Bambi bucket. So we had to do what we could on the ground using our brush pumpers, our tankers, our engines, and whatever resources we could grab to stop this large wildfire. We had as many resources on scene as possible. The tough thing is that we were working several other grass fires across the city. So we were doing the best job we had with the resources we had on scene. With the fire progressing very quickly, we knew we had to evacuate the area. We just want to say a special thanks to Oklahoma City Police Department and the Oklahoma Highway Patrol, who helped us quickly evacuate all the residents from this area. And another special thanks to the Oklahoma City residents. We know it's difficult to just leave your property and basically hand it over to the fire department, but it really helps us when we remove the life hazard and we can fully concentrate on just extinguishing the flames. So our goal in the Oklahoma City Fire Department is to get to the head of the fire as quickly as possible, extinguish the head of the fire, and then work our way back towards the flanks. And what really made this difficult was the wooded area. You know, it's just not an open prairie where we can release our brush pumpers and go out and attack the flames. We had a lot of vegetation, a lot of trees to work around, and just a lot of off-roading, and a lot of this fire was just not easy for us to access. So the fire progressed from Kelly and was moving towards Eastern. And the fire did jump Eastern and was heading to the next mile section, which was Bryant. So fortunately, we got to the head of the fire, we extinguished the head of the fire, and a lot of the fire we just had to let burn. The main goal was the life hazard. Once we removed the life hazard, at that point, we were just basically making defensive stands around people's homes. There was 152 properties in the swath of this fire. Fortunately, we saved 149 of those homes. Unfortunately, we did lose 3 of those. They were completely destroyed by fire. So we were on scene well over 24 hours. The fire began just after 1 o'clock on March 31st, and it was actually about 7 p.m. the next day where we were able to release this scene. The tough thing was there was just so much vegetation, there was so much fire, so many areas that we were unable to access. We just had to patrol the area for roughly a day and a half, basically, to just make sure all these little sparks, all these little embers, all these smoldering areas were completely extinguished. If you have a property in this rural urban interface area, we just want to give a few wildfire safety tips. You want to keep your grass cut short around your home. And basically what you want to do is eliminate as many fuel sources as possible around your property. So you want to keep an area clear about 30 feet around your property. You want to seal up any openings that may be in your house. This could be an opening possibly in a gable vent, possibly underneath a porch. You want to use the mesh screening to prevent any sparks from entering your home or underneath your home if you have an elevated structure. You also want to keep debris off your roof, keep your gutters clear. When these large wildfires happen, they produce a large amount of embers, and these embers can float up to a mile downwind. And all it takes is one of these embers landing on your roof, maybe some dried leaves in your guttering, some debris on your roof, and it can catch your house on fire. Another important tip is you want to make sure that your address is visible from the street. A lot of times we get calls for wildfires in rural areas, and it's a long driveway down to your house, and the 100 block is not visible from the street. So please make sure you have a 100 block that's marked on the street. That way we can get to your home a lot quicker. In summary, this fire ended up burning 708 acres. There was 152 properties in the swath of the fire. This was a very large response for our fire department. We had close to 40 resources on scene and close to 100 firefighters to extinguish these flames. We hope you enjoyed this video. We hope to do more incident recap videos in the future. We wanted to show you some insight on what it takes for the firefighters to extinguish these large wildfires. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for more videos.